fast or hard or whatever, something like that. How's it going, guys? And welcome to the main channel. Today we're gonna be doing something that it was requested by some of you guys. This is basically a wish list of the Persona 5 Arena roster, I guess. So today we're just gonna talk about the different characters that could be in the game based on my personal taste of what I like or whatever, and then maybe a little bit of the story and that kind of stuff. But mainly just that kind of other stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump right into this here. I'm very excited for this. I've actually been wanting to make this for a minute now. But yeah, somebody was like, hey, why don't you do this? And I was like, why don't I do this? That's a good idea. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it here. I was going to wait for some people to show up here, but honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and start out about it. Although, let me go ahead and share these places and stuff. It is pretty early. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning over here. So it is a little bit early. Some people like to sleep. I don't like to sleep. But, oh, it's already been shared. Never mind then. This thing already shared it for me. I have the new bot thing on Discord or whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the big elephant in the room, which is Persona 1 and 2. Hey, Mega Chat, how are you doing? So, Persona 1 and 2 are definitely not gonna be in Persona 5 Arena if it ever happens. A couple things for this one. One, they haven't been on the other games. Two, Rattlers refuses to acknowledge the existence of this game, even to the point where they don't even celebrate the whenever there's like an anniversary or something like that. They never share like a happy anniversary for Persona 2 or Persona 1 or whatever the case may be. They do not even share that. So it is crazy to me. I don't know why this even happens, but it happens. So Persona 1 and 2. 100% they're not gonna be there for that one. Okay, so as far as Persona 5, which is obviously the big one, right? So I think that Persona 5 is gonna be like the case of Persona Q, where pretty much everybody in Persona Q, when it comes to Persona 5, is gonna be there. It makes sense because one, they're the big ones, like the newest ones. Everybody knows Persona 5 and everything like that. And obviously, people are gonna buy Persona 5 Arena with Persona 5 on the title to expect Persona 5 characters. So I think every Persona 5 main party member that you've seen so far is gonna show up. That includes Kasumi, that includes Sophie, that includes Senkichi, and that includes Akechi, but Akechi maybe like a DLC or like an unlockable character for a couple different reasons. But I basically just see him that I don't think Atlas may actually acknowledge that he's coming back unless it's like part of the story and like he has a purpose to be there. Because they could even do the whole DLC thing that they did for Adachi in Persona Ultimax, where he was kind of like an additional thing or whatever. Which again, it kind of they still added into the story somehow, but it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it kind of didn't. But they still added him or whatever. Adachi, well, okay, so that's Persona 5. So Persona 4. Persona 4, I feel like they are gonna do the main people. Maybe not Adachi or Marie. I don't think Marie or Adachi are seeing some gameplay here. I don't think they're gonna be coming back. Adachi may come back as a DLC only, and why the hell not? Maybe Marie, because they already have the mood set and everything like that, and they may just add her as a DLC. $5 or $4.99 or whatever. That may be kind of what they do. But the main cast of Persona 4, Naoto, Yuki, Yukiko. Rise is definitely coming back in some kind of form. She was kind of important in the other game. What game? Well, she was kind of relevant on this one, and she was also relevant on the dancing game. So she may just have to come back. She's the Lovers Arcana, who technically is like the more important ones and everything. Minazuki, I don't think he's gonna come back. Lavris may come back as DLC or maybe like part of the story, but I don't really, I don't know. I just didn't necessarily like Lavris too much. Minazuki was just kind of there. I don't think he's gonna be coming back though. If anything, he's probably gonna be DLC as well, just because there's no relevance to them anymore or anything like that. Um, as far as the next one, which I'm guessing is gonna be what else? Who else do we got here? Persona 4, and I kind of feel like will be worth talking about. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was pretty much what Nasudin said. Um, when it comes to Minazuki or Labras, it's just it's like a give and take kind of thing. Persona 3, okay, so Persona 3 is gonna be the more interesting one because I feel like there's a lot of things that can happen to this one. One, first of all, I don't think the whole team is coming back. I think they're probably gonna bring like 4 or 5 people back. First of all, main protagonist Kotone and Makoto Yuki, they will both come back in some kind of shape or form, whether it's by story or like other dimension Persona Q bullshit. But I think that they're gonna bring both of these characters. You can see that with Persona Q when they kind of took a shot at that, and I guess people bought it. Like they understood the idea between like different dimensions and everything like that. So what could happen is they have the team, which is like Mitsuru. And Akihiko will come back. I feel like those two will come back for sure. The other ones that I feel like will be kind of harder will be like Junpei, for example, or what is this kid named Ken, the dog, or something like that. I feel like that will make more sense, and everything. Uh, who else could come back, which kind of will make sense? Um, yeah, I don't know, because you have. I mean, Junpei doesn't. We don't really need it to be making sense. I don't think he needs to come back. Only like the more important ones that are really like important to the story, like Elizabeth will come back. Um, Aegis will come back because they're like relevant to the story. But again, somebody like Junpei, when it comes to like a big roster of characters, I'm like, what? Why will he come back? There's absolutely no reason. They may just say like a throwaway line, just kind of like, oh, Junpei's still doing baseball or something like that, and like move on with their lives or whatever. Maybe they're DLC characters. Like I can see Junpei being a DLC character. Ken could be a DLC character. Kuromaru could be a DLC character. Um, I know I had Fuka in the thumbnail. She could be a DLC character, or she could just be like maybe like a reset kind of thing where she actually fights this time around, or something like that. It's just me like there's so many possibilities, but personally, I don't think the full cast of Persona 3 is gonna come back. I think only the more important ones or like relevant to the story will come back. It just makes sense, right? Especially again with a big cast like that, where you have literally 3 separate casts. Having all of them is a mess, and maybe in an RPG is like super easy, but in a fighting game you gotta do 2D sprites for these characters. You gotta do all these fighting animations. You gotta balance them all out. There's just too many aspects to like to balance them and everything. And not to mention new characters too. Like, and not talking about Sumire or any of them. I'm literally talking about new characters for the because Atlas loves adding new characters. Every time that they make a new game, they make new characters for these things. So incredibly stupid, but that's what they do. So I don't think like they're gonna not do something like that. If I like explaining myself. So they're definitely gonna do something like that. What they do, I have no idea, but Atlas is definitely gonna try to do something on that regard. So yeah, that's what we got here with Persona 3. So story wise, as far as like what we could see for a story and everything like that, I think that they're pretty much gonna continue with the Persona 5 Strikers storyline. There's a lot of plot holes, if you could say, depending to what happened. It's not really clear like how, and I'm not gonna discuss spoilers in this video because it's not that, but it's a lot of things in Persona 5 Strikers. There's still a lot of fucking questions. So I'm really thinking that they're gonna just continue the storyline of Persona 5 Strikers. Maybe the final person isn't really discovered, and other things are happening in Japan. Remember, the jails are not closed; they're still there and everything. So maybe they could do a storyline with all the different jails, like there's something else going on, and the teams, they're the shadow operatives, which is the Persona 3 team that also joined by Persona 4 characters. They kind of start to investigate more about it and everything like that. So maybe the two teams meet up. I personally think that what they're gonna do is they're gonna take the perspective of the Persona 5 cast as kind of like this thing, and they're gonna slowly introduce characters from the other games. That way, it's not like oh, you have to play Persona 3, 4, and 5, and Persona 4 Arena, and Persona 4 Ultimax, and Persona Dancing, and you have to play all these games in order for you to understand these spin off games. That sounds kind of dumb to me. So I really think they're gonna do is they're gonna end up having like this game where they kind of introduce different parties, kind of how they did again with Persona Q2. They did a lot of the good stuff in Persona Q2 for the groundwork, as far as like how to do a really good introduction to characters and the different storylines and everything like that. So I personally think that's the best way to do it and everything. I'm sorry about my shitty gameplay, by the way. I recorded this like years ago, and I was like, well, I already have some gameplay and everything. So guessing two new main characters could be a male and a female. That actually that's pretty much what they do. Every single new game has like a male and a female. Persona Q had a male and a female. What was it? Persona Arena had a male and a female. Ultimax. Persona Strikers had a male and a female. So yeah, there's all these different games, and they all always have like a new character and everything. Now remember, not every character needs to be here. Only the more relevance to the story. A lot of them may just be DLC. You know, a lot of them may just not be important enough to show up and everything like that. So if you, as long as you keep that in mind, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed regardless of what they do. But some people will probably be like, yo, I really wanted to see my favorite protagonist here or whatever. Just keep in mind, like, there's a lot of fucking characters in Persona, so if they end up doing something, just keep in mind there's just a ton of characters to go through. A bunch of them are bound to be DLC. It just kind of makes sense. So that's the way that I see it. So I get myself hyped, but I also kind of like understanding want and everything like that. Honestly, the thing about it is that's not gonna happen unless space, because you gotta think about it this way. Logistically speaking, doing customization in something like a fighting game is hard, because you have to change all the animations. All this is 2D hand-drawn animation. This is not a 3D environment where they just swap out clothing and everything like that. So if Arc System is making this game, forget about that. That's not gonna happen. Color swap is what you're gonna get, because changing clothing and that kind of stuff means that they have to redraw the entire sprite a bunch of other times to add additional costumes. Additionally, you have to redraw the animations probably, because again, this is 2D hand-drawn animation, which is why they look the way they do, which is different from any other games where they have like the 3D sprites and everything. It's like a way easier time to change the clothes and everything. It's a very different deal. So forget about that. That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna do that. Wayfinder, thank you so much for coming by. You have a wonderful day. Okay. It's just logistically speaking, it's a real mess to go through all that. So the color swap, that's pretty much what we're gonna get here. It's like way easier than having to do all this additional stuff. So what about other things, other games, or other characters or anything like that? Yeah, we're gonna get Joker with a pinko. That's as far as we get here. The other thing that we could get besides a Persona 5 Arena, which will be the coolest thing, is we could get a brand new fighting style game a ripoff of the Super Smash Bros. Game, a brawling game with a bunch of characters from different series, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona, hell, Sega. They could do like a Sega All Star game where they have like freaking Sonic and like Bayonetta and like all these other characters and all these different series and everything. It could be a thing. Like they could very well do like the Yakuza games and Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. You're being the shit out of Jack Frost with Sonic or something like that. I don't know. That'd be pretty dope. I will be actually all out for that kind of stuff. That will make a political shit. To be honest with you, also I don't really like being like a broken record, but if you could like the video, that will be fantastic. It does help a lot in the channel and everything. But yeah, I mean, like that's pretty much in what I got here. I can now answer some questions if you guys have some questions or like things you wanted to discuss or ask me about. I'll be happy to answer a couple questions before I finish the stream. But yeah, I personally see like if they did something like that, also like a cool idea, kind of like oh, like you're thinking outside the box and doing a little bit different stuff. Can we all agree in Persona 5 on the team that is based on the roster besides Futaba and Narukami is getting in Mitsuru and Hiko Nagis are in? I can't see them not being in. Dude, Alex, how are you doing today? So Mika Neil, yeah, exactly. That's what I said already in the video. That basically, like most of the characters, it's the main characters of each team should be there. Oh, Alex, hey, yeah, somebody came to my video and said that I was wrong for saying that hard mode in SMT is not hard, and it's almost kind of the same thing as the other one, as the other game. Like I said that, the guy was like mad at me for saying that, but I was serious. It wasn't bad at all. It really wasn't. It wasn't bad at all whatsoever. Anyway, other comments or anything like that before we wrap up the stream today? Anything else? You guys have any questions on or anything like that? If not, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I'll wait a couple minutes here. I know again my gameplay isn't super good. I recorded this years ago, but I was like, I need some of that. I think. Wonder if there will be another collector's edition Persona 5 Arena. Yeah, probably so. Strikers make sense because uh, Strikers makes sense because of the pandemic and everything like that. It also makes sense that we didn't get one for Nocturne. But the next game, I mean, there's no longer like the pandemic, people getting shots now and everything like that. So situation is much better now. So I pretty much think that we're good to go as far as like more collector's edition. Trust me, Atlas loves selling collector's editions and everything like that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here because everything that I said, including the comments and stuff that I already talked about and everything, and I see already some people are leaving. So thank you so much for coming by, guys. Again, don't forget to like, share the video and everything like that. It was a really fun video to make. I really had a lot of fun kind of just talking about my thoughts out and everything. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye bye.